¿Cuántos de ustedes leen 2 minutos el Evangelio en el día? 2 minutos, ¿eh?
Born in humility, driven by compassion, and remembered as a reformer, Pope Francis forever changed the face of the Catholic Church. This is the story of Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the first pope from Latin America. Pope Francis was born on December 17, 1936, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, to an Italian-Argentine family. Before his spiritual calling, he worked as a janitor and chemical technician. In 1958, he joined the Jesuits, known for their intellectual discipline and devotion to social justice. Ordained in 1969, Bergoglio spent decades serving the poor in the slums of Buenos Aires. By 1998, he became Archbishop of the city, and in 2001, he was elevated to Cardinal by Pope John Paul II. In 2013, following the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, Bergoglio was elected the 266th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. He chose the name Francis in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi, symbolizing humility, peace, and care for the marginalized. As the first Jesuit, first Latin American, and first non-European Pope in over 1,000 years, Pope Francis immediately stood out, not just for who he was, but for what he stood for. Francis championed social justice, welcoming refugees, advocating for the poor, and urging compassion for the LGBTQ+ community. He publicly supported same-sex civil unions and called for decriminalizing homosexuality. With Laudato Si in 2015, he issued a bold encyclical on climate change, urging nations and individuals to protect the Earth. In 2024, he hosted a global climate summit that birthed a planetary protocol for climate change resilience. Internally, Pope Francis fought for church reform, cleaning up Vatican finances, pushing transparency, and opening new roles for women within the Vatican's hierarchy. Beyond the church, he built interfaith bridges, notably signing the joint declaration of Istiqlal in Indonesia, promoting peace between religions. Despite chronic lung issues and reduced mobility, Pope Francis remained active well into his late 80s. He continued traveling, writing, and reforming, refusing to let physical limitations silence his mission. On April 21, 2025, Pope Francis passed away at the age of 88 due to complications from a stroke. The world mourned the loss of a spiritual giant, one who led with love rather than fear, compassion rather than judgment. His legacy? A church that moved closer to the people, a faith that opened its arms wider, and a world reminded of the power of humility and mercy. Let us not forget that real power is service. Pope Francis, a humble servant, a daring reformer, a voice of love in a divided world.